everybody. We are back. We are still in Texas at my dad's house. I leave tomorrow afternoon, which I am bummed about, but I do miss my kids and my husband a lot. So it'll be nice to come home to them. We're also redoing the floors in our upstairs of our house, and so I'll be excited to see the floors and all that fun stuff. But I decided we would do a pork tenderloin today. We've done one before in the past with you guys. We've done it with the box stuffing and some craisins and things like that. But today, since I'm with my dad and not having to feed my kids, I thought that we would spice it up a bit with some jalapenos. It's kind of like a jalapeno popper stuffed pork tenderloin. Hello, Lynn and Daisy and Laura. How are you guys all doing? And Chelsea. Hello, everybody. Don't forget to share the video today. Share it to your personal Facebook page. Tag your friends. Share it in some cooking groups. Just make sure you don't start a watch party, because those watch parties, I can't see their live views. I also can't talk to them, so we can't get entered into the giveaways today. You guys, 40, 80, 120 live views. Give us different tiers of giveaways. For every 40 people is one more person I will pick to do a giveaway with. It will always be Pampered Chef cooking and kitchen related items, which is fun and exciting now that I am working with Pampered Chef. I've been making sure that I tag the products in the descriptions of the video for you guys as well. Hello, Abby. You can't hear me? Who else can't hear me right now? If you can't hear me, let me know. Hello, Heather, Charity, Jody, Gigi. Heather, thank you for sharing. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me today because I am doing something different. I do have my AirPods in now while I am cooking. If this doesn't work, I can take them out. I just need you guys to let me know. Hello, Buffy. I am good. How are you? Hello, Meg. Hello, hello. I am doing well, you guys. Hello, Patty. You guys, roll call for who can hear me. Raise your hand if you can hear me. Want to make sure that we're not missing out on the volume for the video. So, awesome. Perfect. I've got a couple people saying they can hear me, so we're just going to go along with that. I am going to share my live video, and then we will get moving on. Make sure that your oven is preheated, you guys. If you're cooking along with me today, you want to preheat your oven to 450. 450 today. Awesome, you guys. Thank you for letting me know that you guys can hear me. So if you can't hear me, you guys want to let those people know that if they sign out completely of their Facebook app and sign back in, they should get their sound back. It's just a glitch with Facebook. They aren't perfect, that's for sure. So just keep that in mind, you guys. If you lose your volume, you just need to sign out completely and sign back in. Kim says no sound. Kim, so if you guys want to let Kim know, if she signs out of her app and signs back in, she should be able to hear me again. I am sorry for the issues, you guys. I wish there was something I could do about them, but Facebook is just finicky sometimes. I am still in Texas, Jody. I'm in Texas with my dad. We celebrated our birthdays on the 23rd and 24th. So I'm just spending my last day here. I thought I'd make a meal for them for dinner for my last day, and then I leave tomorrow afternoon. So sad, but I'll be excited to see my husband and my kids again, and we're redoing the floors in our house, so I'll be excited to kind of see that and see what's been going on there. Awesome, you guys. Thank you for helping her out. Hopefully she can get the sound figured out on her end. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we got to prep some ingredients first before we get diving into our pork tenderloin. So we want to get our bacon cooked up first. For this recipe, we don't need to dice it up and stick it on the stove. I am, however, going to cut my bacon in half and put it on my skillet. One pointer that I do have when it comes to bacon is you want to make sure that you put your bacon on a cold pan or skillet. You do not want to preheat your skillet. You don't need to add anything to it. So just keep that in mind. It stops your bacon from shrinking too much, and it cooks a lot more even if you do not preheat first. So I'm just going to cut my bacon in half so that it will fit in my pan nicely. And I'm just going to lay it out, no rhyme or reason to it. Just want to get it cooked up nice and crisp for this recipe, you guys. No floppy bacon. I love floppy bacon normally, but for this recipe, we want it nice, crisp, and crunchy. So that's why I'm putting it on first. Out of all of our steps besides preheating our oven is to get our bacon all cooked up. What I also like about it, you guys, is if you're working with a cold cold pan with your bacon. You have time to get it nice and arranged before it starts sizzling and sticking and causing all sorts of mayhem. You have time to kind of position it around how you want to, so that you can fit as much bacon in there as possible. You want about 10 slices of bacon, it says. We're doing about a 3-pound pork tenderloin. Today my dad found a 6-pound pork tenderloin for $11, so we took that and we just cut it in half. It's going to be plenty of pork for us here at the house, but for $11 you just really couldn't beat the deal that they were offering with that big old piece of pork. So I'm going to just squeeze these pieces in here, you guys. The bacon will shrink up as it cooks, so you will start getting more and more room on your pan. So I'm going to bring it over here, you guys. I'm going to set the burner to about medium heat, and I'm going to let it warm up. I'm going to wash my hands off, get some of that bacon slime and grease off of there. And then we'll just keep an eye on it over on the stove. You're going to want to have some rubber tongs or metal tongs by the stove. I am going to put the lid on it just so that the splattering doesn't get too out of control today. Hello, Brittany. Abby, I'm so sad that you can't hear anything. Heather, no, my kids are not with me. My kids are at home with their dad, which is awesome. Gave me a little bit of a break, a much needed break after this crazy quarantine we've been having. So I am going to keep my other part of my bacon over there. I am going to cook up all my bacon. Why not? Just cook it all up and have it in the fridge if we don't use it all. So we've got our bacon. Rick, you're hungry? Come on over. We are making the most delicious pork tenderloin tonight. So what we're going to do right now is I am going to dice up my jalapenos. It says to use about 2 jalapenos. I'm going to try and use a little bit more than that. Not scared of my jalapenos. So I'm going to give them a good rinse in the sink, you guys, especially with everything that's been going on lately. We want to give all of our vegetables and stuff a nice rinse in the sink before we start using them, just to get any cooties or wax or anything crazy that's on there off of there, so we won't be eating it. Hello, Sean. How are you? How is everyone doing? I hope everybody's weather is finally warming up so that we can go outside and enjoy ourselves. So I'm going to cut the ends off of my jalapeno and toss them in the trash. We don't need them. Be careful, you guys, when you are working with peppers that have any kind of heat to them. Do not touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth. Try to avoid any face touches or other areas while you have this spicy jalapeno in your hands. So what I like to do, kind of like I do with my sweet peppers, is I'm going to go around with a knife and just take this core piece out where all of those seeds are. The part that holds the seed actually is where all the heat is. It's not the seed itself, but actually the little capsule that holds the seed that has the heat. So even sometimes if you get the seeds out, but you left some of the core veins is what I like to call them. If you leave those behind, the heat will still be there. So the less heat you want, the more you want to strip these peppers down. The more heat you want, the more you want to leave the insides of this pepper in there. Hello, Bill and Rose. How are you doing, you guys? Hope you guys are happy and healthy and doing okay. So I'm just getting these insides of these jalapenos out, just tossing them in the trash with all these seeds and stuff in there. So I am going to strip out most of the insides, but I am leaving some just because my kids aren't here, so I don't have to strip out all the heat, and I'm going to take advantage of some of the heat that the jalapeno gives. That's what we're going to be doing today. Oh, Jason, thank you for tuning in as much as you can. I know service sometimes in some parts of the world are just a little spotty, so I appreciate you tuning in as much as you can to hang out with us while we make our stuffed pork tenderloin. Like I said, we've done a stuffed pork tenderloin on my show before, but it was with like stuffing and craisins and things like that. So today we are doing something with a little bit of heat. So I'm just jumping over here, you guys, checking on my bacon. It's getting nice and cooked up over here. And now it wants us to dice up our jalapenos as finely as possible. You guys know I'm not very good at my knife skills, and my dad refuses to come on camera today because he didn't shave and he looks a mess, he thinks. So I'm going to have to survive doing my knife skills the best I can. Paul, I am doing good. Thank you for tuning in. It looks like you finally got those live notifications figured out so that you don't miss my shows anymore. Thank you for checking on me during my birthday. I appreciate that as well. You guys are so awesome. The amount of love that I received from my fans is greatly appreciated for my dad and myself. Happy Saturday. The recipe for my fajitas, my sheet pan fajitas, are on my website, www.mfhungryboys.com. And then if you go to the shrimp or the seafood section, you will find my fajita, my sheet pan fajita recipe there. You can also replace the shrimp with chicken or beef and use the same recipe and cook it on the sheet pan. So that's what I recommend there. Hello, Mom. How are you? How is it going? Thank you for catching the show today. We are just making a jalapeno popper stuffed pork tenderloin. I made it at my mom's house once upon a time, and we weren't a huge fan of it. I think because I took all the heat out of the jalapenos. And my mom and I were kind of craving that heat. So I'm hoping leaving some of these seeds and veins in will give us a better effect. Brian, you are welcome. I hope you find it. Crushed pineapple, butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Fillet or core, open the tenderloin or loin, then wrap it in bacon. That sounds like a sweet treat. Did you hear that, Dad? Yeah. A can of crushed pineapple, butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon, and stick it in the middle of your pork tenderloin, and then wrap it in bacon. That definitely sounds like a sweet treat on pork. You were out getting Subway, Paul. You were just living the bachelor dream over there. Thank you, Carolyn. You are so sweet. It's crazy what a girl can do with a little bit of time away from the kiddos. Time to take a shower, get ready. My dad and his roommate and I have been playing Rummy Cub, which is a board game. They also got their Hunt a Killer subscription box in the mail, so they did a little bit of crime solving this afternoon, which was a lot of fun too. So we've got our jalapenos all diced up. I'm just going to take them, you guys, scoop them up, and throw them in the bowl for later. Because then we got a little bit of work to do on our pork before it is ready for the rest of our ingredients. One important step right now, you guys, is I'm going to get as much of these jalapenos off of this board, and then I'm going to wash my hands with hot soap and water to get some of that jalapeno off so I don't end up spicing my eyes or something crazy. Haven't been out for a while. You must not be in North Dakota. Jody, no, I'm in Texas hanging out with my dad until tomorrow. Just got news today that our meat locker has a virus going around, so please everyone rinse your pork a lot. Okay, you got it. My flight was really boring, uneventful, which was good. We were social distance on the plane, so we all had rows between us and rows to front and stuff like that. So it was nice not having to sit right next to somebody. He's a jalapeno fan. This dish would definitely be up his alley. So I'm going to rinse my hands off, you guys, get this jalapeno off. Even if you do wash your hands with soap and water, just know that you will have to do it a couple of times before it is safe to touch your eyes, take your contacts out, anything crazy like that. I do want to warn you guys to be as careful as possible. I'm over here at the stove just taking a look at my bacon, giving it a good flip so that we have nice crispy bacon on both sides. You guys can hear the sizzle from over here. We're going to stick it, flip it, get it nice and mixed in there. You guys get both sides of your bacon nice and crispy. What I did forget to do ahead of time, I got to grab out a plate. You want a plate or a thick stack of paper towels, and paper towels on your plate if you are using a plate to absorb some of that grease once we take this bacon off. Dad, I do need a roll of paper towels, please. All right, so your dad may not let me go home. His roommate really wants me to stay. Her name's Ashley, and she's like, wait, I hope your plane gets canceled tomorrow, is what she said to me. Yes, also temperature will kill some bacteria on meat, but you do need to be careful if your bacteria is on your meat and wherever your meat touches, your raw meat, your hands, anything like that, thank you, it will spread around. So you do need to be careful, you guys. your county got their first COVID case. That's crazy. Yes, you guys, I hope I have a safe flight home as well. It is scary, but fingers crossed that everything goes well for me. So my oven's at 450. We have our jalapenos all diced up. Now what we want to do is we want to address our pork. So we have our big pork tenderloin right here. You guys, this is only half of it. How crazy is that? There's an equal partner to this pork tenderloin in my dad's freezer right now. It's crazy. You can't get anything like this in my grocery store at home. I am going to give this a little bit of rinse to get some of this extra juice off of it. And then we are going to work on basically opening this pork tenderloin like a book is what it describes on the recipe. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to split it horizontally down the middle. Then we're going to flatten it out. We're going to cover it with plastic wrap or something like that, and then we're going to pound it out until it's flattened. A piece of meat this big would take forever to cook, but we're going to separate it and we're going to flatten it out. And I'm just going to take a peek at my bacon. It looks like it is done and ready to be pulled off. And then I'm going to hopefully do my other pieces here really quick too. My pan is really hot, so I am going to turn the heat down a little bit. There is grease already in this pan now, so you do need to be extremely careful adding any more bacon to your pan that has already come up to temperature and has a lot of grease and stuff like that in it. Just be as careful as possible, you guys. Don't splatter yourself. Also be careful you're not working with too hot a heat, otherwise it will start a grease fire, and you don't want that. Don't want that at all. Alright, rinsing my hands off one more time, you guys. I know I'm out of the frame. My camera is just too far for me to tilt it so you guys can see me all the time, which I hate. But we make do in my dad's kitchen. You live in Idaho and had COVID for 30 days, just got over it 3 days ago, Jessica. I am so glad you're doing okay. Yes, all the meat is way cheaper. Even the vanilla beans, you guys, are way cheaper than up in North Dakota. Yes, you guys, I'm so thankful that Jessica's feeling better. That is a scary thing to deal with, and I'm so glad that she is better and healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this sucker down the middle and just kind of open it up. You don't want to cut through this fat side. You want that fat side still on your bottom. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it my best, is I'm going to cut this sucker in half and open it up like a book. So you do want to be careful while you're slicing through the middle of this, you guys. You don't want to cut all the way through to the other side. You do want it to still be one complete piece of meat. That is the bonus to leaving the fat side down, because that will give you a little bit extra strength to stop that pork from splitting further than you would like it to. That fat will kind of give you reinforcement to your pork. These are my dad's knives. Dad, how do you pronounce this company?
Oh, I don't know.
Wuthstoff, W-U-T-H-O-F, I believe, is the name of the company. I do tag them in the descriptions of my videos a lot, but I know Pampered Chef has knives that are also super, super good, you guys. Oh no, your husband had it at the same time. I'm so glad you guys are both better. That's crazy, you had it for 30 days. Did you have to be hospitalized at all? Kind of curious. I haven't known anybody too close to me that has had it, so it's kind of like this unknown thing that the news talks about, but I've never really been able to ask anybody firsthand what they had to kind of go through and deal with while having COVID stuck at home. So please let us know. You got your hair fryer. I had enough sales with being that you earned a free one. That's super awesome, Jody. I was gonna earn a lot in sales, and then they stopped selling the air fryer for right now. They don't have stock coming from China, so we had to stop selling the air fryer, so I'm sad to say that I can't get it even if I wanted it. Yes, I will definitely post the knives, you guys. They are the best knives ever. Jody, thank you though. I am excited. I have sold, one person bought a lot of stuff from me, which is super exciting. So I can't wait to get some more people to buy Pampered Chef or host parties and stuff like that. So now we're gonna take you want a meat tenderizer or a pounder. This is the only thing my dad has. How funny is this? It is the like brass knuckles, and it is a meat tenderizer pounder. I like to use my hammer at home because it is flat-sided and it doesn't have this tenderizer part, because you don't necessarily need that. But you want to start from the center and work your way out, and you want to flatten this sucker. You want it to be, let's see what they think it should be. Stop at about 1 inch from the opposite edge. Fold that, making one long cut of pork tenderloin. Cover it with plastic wrap and pound it out to a 1/3 inch thickness. So I'm pulling my bacon off, you guys. All of my bacon strips are nice and crispy. My dad likes to cook with his bacon grease, so I am just gonna set that off to the side and let it cool down a little bit, and then he will bottle it up and keep it to use later. Yes, that would also be good, Daisy Joe. A rolling pin works as well for pounding out your pork tenderloin. So you want to just start in the middle and work your way out to the edges. If I move my knives, hopefully it won't be as loud. And just, you guys, it's really, really important. Don't skip this step. Otherwise, you will be stuck baking your pork tenderloin for 2 hours. If you keep it too thick, it will take a very, very long time to make this pork tenderloin. I don't have plastic wrap here at my dad's, so what I did is I took a gallon Ziploc bag and I split it on both ends, and then I just covered the pork tenderloin like that. I definitely need to get my dad a meat mallet instead of these, because this is hurting my hand so bad. It definitely is not fun, but it is an important step, so I am going to do my best to try. There's like no leverage to this thing. Ugh. The hammer is too small. I need a big, flat base to it. She had a headache, fever, cough, chills, muscle cramps, body pain, and very tired. Didn't need to be hospitalized, just a lot of rest and fluids, but I would never want to go through it again, and I'm so thankful to be recovered. That is awesome. I am thankful that you are recovered as well, you guys. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Oh my gosh, this is alright. Flattening it up, you guys. Getting there. So what you're gonna want to do as you pound it out is stretch it back out so you can kind of see how far you're getting through and how well you're flattening out the pork. So I know my dad doesn't want to be in the frame, so I'm actually going to move this and make him do this while I prep the next step, because it is killing my hand with his little meat pounder.
I can do it there.
I'm going to stick it here.
There.
I'll stick you here. Alright, so I'm going to make him pound my meat out to 1/3 of an inch thick. So I want that middle part as flattened as possible. So I'm going to put my dad to work. That is so scary. We are so thankful you are recovered, Jessica. We really are. So we are going to move on to the next step. Now we are going to, in a small bowl, we're going to combine the cream cheese and the ranch seasoning. So you want a packet of ranch seasoning. I went with the spicy. Since we're doing jalapenos, I thought why not add a little bit of extra spice in there. So you want an 8-ounce block of cream cheese and just a tablespoon of dry ranch seasoning. You can use regular ranch or spicy, totally up to you, you guys. This is definitely a brand of cream cheese I had never even seen before, but it's special for my dad's grocery store where he shops. Is the HEB. I know a lot of you probably have heard of it before or even shop at it in your town. So we just want a block of cream cheese, softened, you guys. You want it nice and room temperature. So you just need to set it out for a little bit, or a lot of microwaves do have a softened cream cheese button that you can use. Just stick your cream cheese in a microwave safe bowl and soften it for a little bit of time. If you don't have a soften button, do it in short little increments of 15 seconds to get your cream cheese softened to your liking. All right, now we need about a tablespoon of cream cheese, of ranch seasoning. So I've got my little measuring spoon here. Just eyeball it the best I can. About a tablespoon of the seasoning in there with your cream cheese. Then use your egg beater to get it nice and mixed in and incorporated. You want it nice and mixed in, nice and thorough. You guys don't want big chunks of this seasoning. You want to just basically season your cream cheese the way you need to. If you don't want to use ranch seasoning and you want to use something else, you can use salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cayenne pepper. Those I all recommend if you don't have the ranch seasoning packets at home, or if your grocery store is out for any reason. I do recommend that. Hello, Sue and Brooke. How are you guys? How is everyone doing today? All right. So we have that nice and mixed in. Just scrape down your edges. Make sure you don't have any weird packets of seasoning or any clumps of cream cheese that don't have any seasoning in them. Hello, Sue. So there we go. My dad's still working hard at crunching out to that pork tenderloin. But so we've got our cream cheese combined. And another important tool that you guys are going to need in your kitchen for this meal is kitchen twine. If you don't have twine, there aren't a whole lot of alternatives that you can use. I have tried using toothpicks to hold it together. It is a struggle, but the kitchen twine is a nice tool to seal up your pork. So my dad has given up, so we will take the chopping block back and bring it over here, and then we will prep the next steps for our pork. Here we go. Set this over here. We're going to be also searing each side of our pork tenderloin. So you're going to want either a cast iron skillet or a non-stick skillet that you guys like at home. So we don't need this saran wrap anymore. We can put that on the ground or in the trash. Yes, go Dad, go. Yes, he does. Seriously, I have to start a wish list for my dad of all the Pampered Chef stuff that he needs in this kitchen. Right, Anita? Yes, definitely. Okay, so we have our pork out here, and now we to season both sides with salt and pepper. Generously season them, you guys. Don't be scared to season your pork. Like I said, if you want to use different seasonings, cayenne pepper, paprika, red pepper flakes, anything like that, you guys are free to season the outside of your pork like that. I'm just going to stick with salt and pepper and let the jalapenos on the inside do most of the work. So I'm going to just flip this over. Salt and pepper, each side, nice and good. Don't be scared of it, you guys. A lot of these seasonings will come off as it cooks and bakes in the skillet before we put it in the oven. Yes, you guys. Yes, Rose, unflavored dental floss, but make sure it is unflavored. You guys don't want a minty pork tenderloin because you don't have kitchen twine. But it will work. It will be a little bit harder to tie, so you will have to have patience or a sous chef with you to be able to tie it together. All right, so we've got our salt and our pepper. Now we are going to top with the cooked bacon strips. So you guys, I recommend trying to cook the bacon strips in complete pieces, but since I cut mine in half, I'm just gonna lay mine horizontally across this like so. You want every bite to have a piece of bacon in it. This is my nice and crispy bacon I have here. So I'm just gonna lay it out on my pork, nice and crispy, nice and crunchy. My fat-sided pieces got a little overdone, but they're still gonna be good, you guys. Still yummy bacon. Right here Nice and crunchy, like so. There we go. So lay your bacon out as evenly as you can. There we go. And then we want to top our bacon with our cream cheese mixture. So this may be a little more difficult. It's hard to smear on top of the bacon, but we are going to do our best, you guys, to smear on top of the bacon. Kind of just slide it on there. The bacon's just crunching and breaking into pieces, but that's okay. It's all gonna get mixed in and rolled up into a nice little pork burrito for us. Just slide it on there, just like that. Remember, you guys, like I said, we are rolling this up, so if one side has more than the other, that's okay, because once we roll it up, they will just be all together in one anyway. So here we go. Do this like so. Smear this last little bit on this end piece. There we go. Ta-da! It smells so good too, you guys, with the bacon and that spicy cream cheese I have going on. It smells delicious. All right, so now our cream cheese is on there. Now we want to top it with the shredded cheese and the jalapenos. So we want about, it says, about a cup of cheddar cheese. So you guys know I just eyeball this. I just like cheese everywhere I go. My dad refuses to be in the camera today, but he is sitting in the kitchen here reading his Nook while I prepare dinner. He's also on strike because I'm making him make dessert. I'm making him make vanilla bean creme brulee today. And so he thinks I should make this and he will do the dessert. So we're just trading off today. He's giggling over in the distance. There we go. This cheese looks so good at the grocery store today, you guys. These thick pieces of shredded cheese looked so good. All right, so we got bacon, cream cheese, ranch mix, cheddar cheese, and then our jalapenos. We're gonna sprinkle these on here. Like so. Ta-da. Nice and spicy. All right, this sucker is gonna be huge, you guys. I can already tell. I am gonna wash my hands over here, you guys, because I did just touch all those jalapenos again. And I do not want spicy jalapenos in my eyes. But here is where a sous chef, a helper, a kid, a husband, you name it, will be really important, because tying up this pork tenderloin by yourself is very difficult. So you're gonna use this kitchen twine to tie it securely as possible. I don't know where the start of the kitchen twine is. There it is. All right, so what I like to do is I like to measure it out with a couple of inches on either side. More is the way to go. Oh, the kitchen scissors. More is the way to go. You always can cut off your extra twine, but having more is nice because then you have more to work with and you don't have to stress about not being able to tie it around a thick piece of pork in case you run into that issue. Could you use chilies? Yes, you could use hatch chilies. You could use red roasted peppers. You could use green chili peppers. Any type of pepper you guys would want. This is just trying to mimic a jalapeno popper is what we're mimicking here in this recipe. Is a jalapeno popper stuffed pork tenderloin. But you can change this recipe any way you'd like. Like I used the spicy ranch packet seasoning instead of the traditional to add a little bit more kick to our meal as well. Hello, Antonio. How are you, Julie? Thank you for the love. All right, and then what I like to do is I kind of just shimmy it underneath the pork and slide it until it's about halfway, and then add my kitchen twine like that, a couple, maybe an inch or two apart from each other to secure the whole thing all at once, like that. And then you go from this side and kind of slide it in the best you can. Shimmy it through. My dad's over here patiently waiting to be of assistance for me. All right, stick that piece of bacon somewhere. So what you're gonna wanna do is the best you can is like roll it up like a burrito. It's gonna be really hard. This pork tenderloin is still super big, but we're gonna do the best we can, tying this all together, squishing it in there like a burrito. It's not gonna be perfect, it's not gonna be pretty, but it is going to be absolutely delicious. Here we go, squeeze. What I like to try and do is get it flat enough so that you can almost fold it over itself. It's really hard to do. This is an awesome pork tenderloin, so it has a lot of meat to it. But if you do get some of the smaller ones at the store, they are a little bit easier to manipulate with the twine. I wanted to do this side because I can overlap it. So you tie it. Try and keep all that stuff on the inside of it. Hard to do. Your hands start getting slippery. You've got cream cheese on it. You've got bacon grease. You've got jalapenos and cheese and all that fun stuff in there. My dad is learning very fast that this is definitely not a neat and clean situation with this pork tenderloin. But that is also why I try to do as big, as long as possible with your kitchen twine so that you're not fighting with little tiny pieces like I am here on this one part. Come on. I can't get any tension on that dang thing, but we're stuffing it, trying to keep it together the best we can. My dad's gonna start eating the cream cheese off of his fingers. Don't mind him, he's not scared of a little pork. All right, washing my hands off, even though I'm still gonna get dirty all over again, but I'm trying to get as clean as possible. All right, everyone says, hi, Dad. All right, so here we go. We have it all kitchen twined up. Now we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to our, kind of rotate you guys, add a little bit of olive oil to our Pampered Chef cast iron skillet. Super awesome, you guys. So here's my dad's cast iron skillet. My oven is still on 450. You want a tablespoon or more. If it is your first time using your cast iron, even the second or third, you're going to want to add a little bit more oil than you normally would to be able to season your cast iron as you use it. So always keep that in mind. You always want a little bit more oil when you first start using your cast iron to really help season the pan and stop it from sticking to stuff. Yes, Jody, he was a little scared today. He asked me in a nervous manner if he was supposed to cook the dessert on the Facebook Live. I told him no, so I'm not going to put that pressure on him, but yesterday, and I can do it again tonight, I took a series of photos and wrote down ingredients and recipes for the meal that we made for my dad yesterday, which included a white wine butter crawfish sauce, a red snapper, baked cheesy oysters and things like that. So I took a series of pictures, got the recipes down, and I will post that as, hopefully tomorrow or tonight. I'll post it on my page. You guys get those recipes. There won't be a live video to go with it, but there will be a series, kind of a time-lapse photos of those recipes that my dad made with his roommate yesterday. So that is there. So right now I am just heating up our oil in our cast iron so that we want to sear on all sides our pork tenderloin. So rolling it 4 times, you want to sear it for about 5 minutes on each side. Then we're going to take our cast iron, and this is what I love about cooking with cast irons, is that we can just take it right off the stove and stick it into the oven. There's no transferring it from dish to dish, which is nice. So we are going to sear it on all 4 sides, then we're going to stick it into the oven. Before I stick it into the oven, I am going to use a kitchen thermometer. We're going to stick stick this into the pork, and then this string part or this metal cord comes out of the oven and hooks up to this base. This base will just sit on the counter, and this I will be able to carry around, and it will show the status of the temperature of our pork inside of the oven. We wanted it about 145 today before we pull it out of the oven. So I want you guys to keep that in mind before you make this, that's the temperature, 145. It's nice to have a thermometer so that you're not having to pull it out prematurely and stick it back in and things like that. So that is what I recommend. This oil is getting warm over here. Sorry, I just turned this guy on, so he's making noises, but we will get him set up for the right temperature. I am going to do my best to bring this big old hunkin' pork loin over to my skillet to sear it on all sides. I'm gonna kind of grab it by its twine on either end of it and set it into the cast iron. You guys know that I teach you when you're using a skillet and you're searing protein, you want to set the protein down and then don't touch it again until you are completely ready to flip it. Okay, so we're going to sear it about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. You guys know that I love setting timers because I have no sense of time while I am cooking and talking to you guys. But while we are doing that, I want you guys to leave your reactions on the post so that we can do our giveaway today. All right, get those reactions on the post, you guys. And then we will do our giveaway after we put our pork in the oven. So if you don't know what I mean, reactions are down here on the page. Leave those reactions to get entered into the giveaway. We'll be doing one giveaway today, and they will be Pampered Chef items for our giveaway. So before you put it in the oven, if you have a thermometer like this, you do want to put it into your pork. Make sure you're not sticking it all the way through the center of the pork where the bacon and the cream cheese and stuff like that, because that will increase in temperature faster than your meat will, and you won't get an accurate read. So you want to stick it into the thickest part of the meat to get an accurate read on how it's cooking. Stacy Joe, it's a combination of my grandma Pam, my dad, and my mom, and then just teaching myself. When I became a housewife and a mom, I really started to dedicate my life in the kitchen. It was kind of my me time and my kind of my release. My favorite thing in the world is watching other people enjoy my cooking. So it's just something I found to be really fun. Every angle of your kitchen looks like a new place. Lorelai, this is actually my dad's kitchen. So this is not my kitchen. This is my dad's in Texas. So it might look way different than mine because it is. This is his apartment here in Texas, so it is different than my own. All right, so we have about 2 minutes left, you guys, on this pork on this side. We're gonna do 4 complete turns so that all the sides of this pork will have a nice crunchy exterior before we bake it. So keep that in mind. You want to sear all sides of your pork. My skillet is up pretty hot, so I'm going to take a look and I'm going to try and flip it the best I can without hurting myself. It is a really big pork tenderloin. So I'm just going to kind of roll it. So that was our first side, and now this is our second side. I'm just going to kind of push it down so that most of the side is touching so that it can get a nice crispy outer exterior. Remember, you guys, don't touch it, don't play with it. Just roll it onto the side you want it to brown on and then let it be. Jody, I can definitely put the link in the comment section today of where you can get a thermometer like this. All the tools that I used today, I will put a link in the comment section of the video. If I haven't already put it in the description, I will put that on there for you guys. I know that sometimes it's hard to find your tools or things that people use, and there's nothing better than just having a link to follow to get what you need. If you follow a link today and it takes you to Pampered Chef, you are buying Pampered Chef directly through me. So I do get incentives and stuff. If you guys buy through Pampered Chef through me, you are supporting my dream of cooking here at Mom Fueling Hungry Boys. Yes, there's lots of places you can buy these thermometers and stuff, you guys. I will put the link in the description of this video. Just remember, if you buy through any of my links, it does support me in my dream on Mom Fueling Hungry Boys. Also, if you win today and there's something specific you saw on my show that you would like as your giveaway gift, please let me know and I will try and make it happen for you. So just remember that, you guys. I'm here to help you guys with your kitchen. Help you guys make food like I do. Make it a little more possible to do these recipes, because I know it's hard sometimes without the tools that you want. Just like today with my meat tenderizer, I was a little out of my element since I didn't have my meat tenderizer that I usually use. So I do know how it is when you don't have the right tools. So I am going to try and flip this over, you guys. So we've done 2 out of our 4 sides. I will bring you guys over here and show you guys the nice we're getting on our pork. If you guys can see it all the way over there, you see that nice brown we have on the top right here. Really yummy, you guys. You are welcome, you guys. You are welcome. Awesome, awesome. So, I forgot to start a timer again. So I'm doing about 2 minutes on each side since I do have my pan up a little hotter. I have it about medium heat, you guys, on my large burner. And then once we are done with this, you guys are going to want to take pot holders, because with a cast iron, the entire skillet, you guys, is going to be hot. So you see these handles right here, they will be hot. They will be dangerous to grab if you don't have pot holders. So please, please, please be careful. Please, please. Don't hurt yourself. I am over here cracking a door to get some airflow into the apartment so we don't set off the smoke alarm. I'm going to do a little less time on this side since the cream cheese and bacon is there, and I don't want it all to melt out. So I am going to roll it one final time. Now you guys can really see that nice golden brown on that pork. Oh, Cheryl, that's so awesome. That really makes me smile. If a kid sees my cooking and thinks that it looks delicious, it smells really good in here. It is smoky though, so I will warn you, if you are going to do this recipe, please open some windows and some doors, because this searing process on a cast iron skillet will produce a little bit of smoke. So you don't want to set off your alarms, which I'm probably about 30 seconds away from doing here in my dad's apartment. So always keep that in mind. I do have the fan on over here. So we'll have to kick that up a notch and make sure we don't set off the alarms. Yes, the Pampered Chef cast iron pans are awesome, you guys. Highly, highly recommend these pans. So before I stick this in the oven, I am going to rotate it one final time back onto the bottom of it where that thick fat pad is, and have the opening of the burrito, if you will, the opening of the pork at the top so that it doesn't all melt out onto the bottom, okay? So just keep that in mind. Yes, Daisy Joe, it's always good to be brave. Yes, Lorelai, it's hard when you forget to take your meat out to thaw it. It is a struggle. I do understand that 100%. My dad and I actually went to the store today and got this pork, so we didn't have to worry about thawing it out at all. So there we go. Now I'm going to open my oven that's set at 450, and we're going to grab this with pot holders, you guys. Always remember, you need your pot holders. And we're popping it in the oven at 450. Oh, wait, I forgot. I need to put my thermometer in. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to try my best to find the thickest side of my pork to get a nice accurate read of how done it is. So I'm going to stick it in this end that I can see is nice and thick. And I'm going to go horizontally through the length of the pork to get right in there. And then we're going to slide it shut with our cord hanging out of the oven, like so. And we're going to plug it into the base of this. And now it will give us an accurate read of our pork while it is cooking in the oven. So let's do our giveaway, you guys. This one Daisy Joe does not. They just have 2 short ones. I was making a jalapeno stuffed pork tenderloin today. So we want to get our thermometer set to 145, you guys, 145 degrees today for what we are cooking. Let our thermometer, you want to turn it on, and then it should start reading right away. So let's do our giveaway. I'll let you guys get a couple more minutes or a couple more seconds to leave your reactions on the post. Then I will hit refresh and we will do our giveaway for our kitchen items, okay? It smells so good, you guys. It really does. So here you go. So right now our pork is at 97 degrees. We want it at 145. Don't mind the fish up there. It was the only way I could get 145 on the thermometer. But we want 145 for our pork to be done. This isn't a Pampered Chef. This is my dad's. It's a charbroil is the name of it. Pampered Chef has an instant read one, but they don't have one of these cord ones that I can find so far. So welcome back, Paul. So I will put the link for this this thermometer in the comment section, because I don't believe I have found one through Pampered Chef yet. But I will take a look at their stuff and just double check in case they have one and I have misspoke. We're gonna do our giveaway, you guys, so get those reactions out there. We've got 94 people entered into the giveaway. I wish we had 94 people watching, but that's okay. You guys are awesome and so supportive, so we're gonna do our giveaway. Remember, you guys, this, if you've won for the month of April already, you cannot win again until May. So just remember that, you guys. Keep that in mind. So I am gonna pull the names off. I'm gonna get them sorted up. And then Lorelei Roberts, if you will pick one number between 1 and 10 for me today and just spell out the number instead of putting it, and then that will be who wins our giveaway today. Here we go. 6, perfect. You're quick on the draw, Lorelei. I love it. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Here we go. Put my names in my Excel sheet, sorting them so that we don't have any extra nonsense. Because when I pull the names in, it also pulls in how many mutual friends we have sometimes. So I do have to get rid of that. And also make sure I go through the names of anybody who's won in April that I remember. I have my list at home, but any of the names that I remember, and I get rid of those so that we don't have duplicates in our giveaways. Jody, thank you. Yep, I didn't think they did. I knew they had an instant read one like the one my dad uses for his grill, but I didn't think I saw the one like I'm using today, which is super convenient to have. Subway was ready, so Paul had to go pick it up. All right, so we have our names here. I'm just gonna take a quick look, make sure that I don't have anybody that already won, and go from there. All right, here we go. It must be nice in Texas. It's super windy where we're at, but the weather is nice and warm. Yes, 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 it is, nice and warm. All right. So, our names today. So Lorelei picked 6. So the 6th name that we pick will be our winner today. Remember to sending me your shipping information, your email, and your email and your address so that I can get something sent off to you, and your phone number through Pampered Chef. I need a couple more details than what I normally do for Amazon. So number 6 is going to be our winner today. Remember, I do remove your name after it's been picked to keep the odds in everyone else's favor. So number 1, Brittany. Let's go with this. Number 2, I don't think it erased her name. Number 2, Abby. Number 3, Deborah Green. Number 4, Sandy. Number 5. Andrea. And number 6. Marissa Dolbier. Have you won this month, Marissa? Let me just double check. The name looks familiar, but it might just be because you comment a lot, so I do see it frequently, but I'm just gonna double check. I believe Marissa is our winner today. Marissa. Yep, you are just a frequent commenter. So Marissa, you are a winner today, so make sure you send me your shipping details, your email, and your phone number so that I can get something sent off to you. Thank you guys for all watching today. I will be back home tomorrow. If I'm not feeling up to it, I might not be on Monday, but I might be on Tuesday instead if my house is still kind of torn up. But I will keep you guys updated. I will also put the recipe for our creme brulee tonight and some of the recipes we did tomorrow. They won't be live, but the recipes will be there, and kind of a time lapse of the recipes being put together. I'll post with a little bit of details and stuff like that. Sorry, Carrie. Thank you for making it on the end. But we have our jalapeno stuffed pork tenderloin in the oven, waiting for it to come up to 145 degrees, and then it'll be ready to eat. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye.